Pal manuscripts, love them or hate them, you're going to need quite a lot of them. I only need 5 for this one, which is absolutely fantastic. They're only used on the research tables here. And I'm at the level now where I can get oil, so I am needing to increase my electricity generation. Also, quick note as well, you can actually have 2, 3, 4 of these and assign pals to them, and they'll all do it, and it'll give you a boosted rate as well for when they complete them, basically. I know, you didn't know that, did you? But now you do. You're wiser today. We're all smarter now. Why are you flying like that? What the hell? What am I witnessing here? Is this crossbreeding? Anyway, I've got an expedition run. So if you don't know, the expedition is the only way to get Pal manuscripts now. And I've received 14 on this run. Now, I want to test something out, so I sent my pals on the Blazing Cavern run. I auto-assign, and the rewards are 103%, and I got 14 pal manuscripts. Now, if you're not sure how this doohickey works, where it says a reward 103%, you can actually improve that to, I think, 1,000%. Or firepower, rather. If I just get rid of my camera there, as you can see, on each of these, it says recommended firepower so much. Now, the lower it is easier to hit, but there's also less rewards as well. So I received about 14 there, and that's a 45-minute duration. So, if I put pals on here that have way more firepower and less time, I should farm more pal manuscripts, right? I wonder if because the ceiling's lower though, you get less. So we're going to check that out. Now, for anyone not aware as well, if you want to increase firepower, you are supposed to condense pals down and also raise their stats. So you see these 2 lucky pals here, they have a firepower of 6,100. Whereas a bog standard pal like this Arsox only has 1,300. My Chromie here, he's 4 stars and he's got like really high stats and passives. He has a firepower of 60,000. Now you can dispatch 100 pals to each of these expeditions. Some of them require a certain type of pal, but the first one done. So we're going to absolutely spam it to try and reach 1000% or close to it. Also, weirdly enough, I've just done a Bella Noir raid, and for some reason the Bella Noir only has a firepower of 284. So I do think PAL level, as well as stats, as well as condensation, plays a big factor in firepower. And if you didn't know, lucky pals now have a chance of having a certain amount of condensation. So you might even find a 4-star pal if they're lucky. If you're lucky, because I never am. Alright, so I was right. 1000% is the maximum reward. I can't believe it. Look at all them numbers. So for a half-an-hour expedition in Verdant Horror, with 1000% rewards, we're going to send them. And we will see how many Ancient Pal manuscripts they return with, and whether it was more than the 3rd Tower expedition with just 100%. Also be noted as well that if you go into the mining research, you can actually reduce the time by 5% here, get 5% more rewards, then lower it by another 10% for the time, and then get 10% more rewards. So you can lower the time down by 15% and get 15% more rewards by doing your mining research. I made an old video about a year or so ago about farming pal manuscripts. You used to be able to do bounties and then turn your bounty tokens in for them as well. But honestly, I think the way we're doing now is way more efficient because bounties require traveling across the land and beating everyone up. And if you enjoy beating everyone up, then that would have been fine with you. But I'm not evil like you. I'm not. I'm sorry. The grand result, the finale, the curtain reveal. Let's have a look. Whoa, we got 50 manuscripts. Okay. That is definitely more than 14. The 50 manuscripts is a game changer though. So for half an hour you can get 50. Just as easy as that by throwing 1000% of pals at the expedition. Now, I want to test whether we can hit the threshold for the 3rd tower, the Blazing Cavern, and see if the ceiling's higher. It takes a little bit longer, 45 minutes, but I wonder if the gain for Ancient Pal manuscripts is a lot longer. Or bigger rather. I've just realised as well there's actually an expedition firepower filter. Unfortunately, because I'm on a new playthrough, I'm only able to get to 154%, and that's putting out all my best firepower pals out. So 154% for 45 minutes. Let's see the net returns on that one. We got 50 for 1000% on the other one. So I'll be intrigued to see how much this one turns up. So, expedition done, and it's giving me 18, and that was at 130 something percent, I think it were, or something like that. So to be fair, I believe, obviously, if you can get 1,000% on this one, you're going to get more PAL manuscripts. Probably a lot more. Probably up to 100 per one. Or per run, rather. I'm going to try the Secret Realm of the Forest as well. I think the highest I could get is 444%. But this is another half an hour run. So you get the second tower beaten, send them on this one. We'll see how much this one nets, because this one might be worth a bit more, and it's a bit easier to do than the third tower expedition. Alrighty, the second expedition done, well, the second tower expedition done, and we have turned out a 32 manuscripts. So, if you can't hit, what I'm getting from this is if you can't hit 1000% on the threshold, and you're farming manuscripts, especially in the early game, you want to be doing the first one the most, because it's only half an hour, it's very easy to hit 1000%. You get 50 manuscripts from it. However, if you can hit the threshold for the next couple of ones that also deliver manuscripts, which is pretty much all of them if I'm honest, let's have a look. They all pretty much give ancient PAL manuscripts. If you can hit the threshold for them, do them instead, because they'll net you a lot more. The ceiling is higher, but the loot is obviously better. It makes a lot of sense. But in the early game, I would just do Verdant Hollow, max it out. You get 50 of it from each run every half an hour. It's the most efficient way of doing it. And to be fair, you're probably not going to burn through them as quick while you're doing your research, so you'll end up stockpiling them. So it's a fantastic way of farming ancient PAL manuscripts. I know, we've all learned something amazing today, haven't we? It's a shame you can't buy them no more, but it is what it is. Anyway, you take care of yourself. That's right, you take care, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.